Hey, it's the Right Rican here, and we're gonna take two on fact checking the fact checkers. I'm here with the founder of the group, Elizabeth, aka Lisa.
Yeah.
She, it's a group. The group's exploded since we first did this, but she wanted to take two. So let's talk about the group, and you could go and get into how you found why you founded the group.
Okay, there you go. So my name is Elizabeth, and I'm the founder of Fact Checking the Fact Checkers. And the objective of the group was to explore the expose, not to explore, because I'm actually exploring them actually, but it's to expose the individuals, you know, who come to our pages, our private pages, and censor our posts, whether it has to do with journalism, poetry, God, memes, or the likes.
Yeah, it's a violation. That's what it basically feels like. It's like you could put up the you could put a dumb meme up, and they're fact checking a meme. I mean, um, they fact check the Babylon Bee, but it's like
I
they
mean, yeah,
fact check the Babylon Bee, but they won't fact check the Onion.
yeah, exactly.
If that doesn't show their bias right there, two satirical sites, but
Mhm.
they take the right wing Christian satirical site serious. And Onion, it's a liberal publication. So yeah, no, it's okay. They could be satirical all they want.
You know, censoring our posts, it causes our friends and families, to disregard what we posted because it's deemed not credible. They don't realize, and so they don't get a chance to review what we posted.
Oh yeah, I get it all the time with family, especially more family than with my friends, because my family are really they're. I don't want to call them apolitical because apolitical would imply they actually pay attention to
Mhm.
what's going on.
Yeah.
They're more. Uh, we're from the same neighborhood. You know how it is. When you
Mhm.
go to our schools, when you live in New York, where in particular we're from the Lower East Side. We're indoctrinated to be Democrats.
Of course, absolutely.
It's not even a question. I mean,
No, yeah.
I grew up anti-gun for my whole life until um, college when I actually was introduced to facts, real facts
Oh,
that woke me up about, hey, wait a minute, this whole thing that I've been taught about guns my whole life. It's like it's just it's just fear. It's just a
wait a minute. What kind of college professor did you have? Was it a conservative professor?
and looking back at it now, I lucked out and I didn't start off at a city school. I started
Oh,
off at a
mhm.
college in Rochester, New York. At
Okay.
it was a college school. It
Mhm.
was a excuse me, college. It was originally a Catholic college.
Okay.
So it's called St. John Fisher. But yeah, so I think going there, probably because this was like the late '90s, so I think just some of the professors were not necessarily all uh, liberals, so to speak, or they just at least
Right, right, right.
um, they're just more open minded.
Mhm.
So you had actually real discussions and um, even if they got you frustrated, like I took philosophy and um, the philosophy professor was, I remember him going, imagine a world where everything's white. How would you know what's color? So I go to him
Oh.
and I go, so imagine a world where everybody was good. How would you know what's evil? And he goes,
They-
that doesn't make sense. What do you
How
mean?
can that not make
It makes
sense?
sense.
Oh my
How,
gosh.
how are you gonna
Yeah.
tell me? Imagine a world where everything's white and you don't know what's color.
Wow.
That makes sense. But imagining a
Mhm.
world where everything's good, how would you know what's evil?
I'm glad you mentioned that though.
Why?
I'm glad you mentioned it because it just brought up his
Well, no,
persona.
that's not even that. I mean, I still got. I mean, I think I got a B plus in philosophy. So I mean, it's
Oh,
not
of
like I
course,
didn't.
of course, you got to kiss ass to these. Oh,
No, it wasn't even. Oh,
sorry. Okay, I'm here. You
Oh,
there?
okay.
Oh my
Hey, it
gosh,
happens.
so sorry.
But yeah, no.
Oh my
So
God. Okay. I
you
didn't
okay?
mean to say kiss. Yeah, I didn't mean to say kiss behind, but
Uh,
yeah, that's how
yeah,
it is. I went to
one,
BMCC. I had a socialist professor, so yeah.
yeah. I mean, I went to I didn't graduate from that. I ended up going to Hunter, where that's where I ended up
Nice.
getting my degree in sociology.
My brother went to Hunter too. Exactly, same
And
thing.
like that's how I got introduced to political science. I almost
Mm-hmm.
I was basically, if I would have went one more semester, I would have ended up getting a double major with sociology and political science.
Yeah,
So in hindsight, I wish I would have went that one more semester just to take those extra 3 classes to get the double major.
yeah.
um but no, I mean, I even follow my professor on Facebook, like the guy that
Wow.
the professor that I took my first political science class with. Of
Right,
course, he's a lefty, but
right.
you know, but still, I could still respect him as the person who, hey, you introduced me. It was I think my first class was like intro to like city government or something like that. It was
Mm-hmm.
something. I mean, he was I think that was his like his first teaching job or something. He was like a what do you call that, an adjunct professor. They don't have tenure yet. They're just building up their resume. So, but
Mm-hmm.
he's now he lives in Alaska of all places.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's running for, and now he's running for office. Which I'm like, even if I don't agree with his policies, it's like, hey, you go, because I'm like, more power to you
Wow,
for doing that. Even
wow.
I don't, my problem
Yeah,
with people on, like, people with the left is the fact that they they don't ever like, we understand, usually for the most part, we understand where they're coming from, because either we're, it's people like us that we've been there, we grew up with it, and we changed. We facts changed our opinions.
hmm,
Or you have people who are right wing, but who's the mainstream media?
yeah.
CNN, NBC, ABC, CBS is all left leaning. So if you want to watch news,
Everything.
you still got to watch. Even if you're someone on the right, you still got to watch the right wing sources of. I mean, the you still got to watch the left wing sources of information.
Wow. Yeah,
So
of
that's, I mean, that's
course.
the problem. That's the problem with. That's why I liked when you were like, oh, let's, you started a group. You wanted me to be an admin, and I'm like, oh, that's cool,
Of
because
course.
this group is needed, because it shows the hypocrisy. Like you said, most of the fact checkers are like somehow related with CNN.
They are related with CNN. They are related with Washington Post,
Yeah.
Univision. Like it's crazy because we have my mother's Latina, okay? And that's all she watches is Univision,
Hmm.
channel 47, 42 here in New
Yeah.
York.
Yeah. You got
And
Telemundo,
so
Univision.
there you
There is
go.
no Fox News
And
of
so
the Spanish world.
whatever she hears from them,
Hmm.
she goes with. She
Oh,
believes it. So
yeah. Remember I remember when New York passed that abortion bill a couple of years ago. Remember the one that
mhm.
allows it up to birth?
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's
Um,
horrible.
my we would my wife would ask my
Is
mother-in-law,
that the Obama days?
the Obama days, yes. Uh, and my
Oh my gosh,
but
Obama.
it's New York State, so it's still issue. I didn't molest that woman, Cuomo.
Right. Yeah,
um,
for real.
yeah, no, so no, so I remember my wife was talking with my mother-in-law, and she told, and my wife asked her, oh, so did you hear about that bill they're trying to pass in New York? And she goes, what bill? About the pass having abortion till birth. And my mother-in-law was like,
Disgusting. You know why?
no. She goes,
Do you know why?
no. Oh, I know why. Why do you, what's your opinion on
Let me.
why
I'll give you
it wasn't on?
my opinion. Why they're doing that until birth?
No, no, no.
Because
I
they
want to know your opinion on why you don't think it was, because, like I said, she watches the Spanish news, but it wasn't on the Spanish news about the bill. They didn't talk
okay.
about
No, but I'm talking about abortion
it. Uh-huh.
up to birth. Why they wanted to have it that way is
Uh-huh.
because there was a video that was recorded, and they went undercover, and they uncovered aborted babies. They were being harvested, and they were being sold for their,
Oh
their
yeah,
insides.
I remember. Was it Project Veritas that exposed
Yeah,
that?
yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah,
Hmm.
yes,
No,
they
no,
did.
but I want to know what's your opinion on why you think like Univision and Telemundo, why they didn't talk about the because that's like you said, channel 47 and
Oh,
40
they're liberal. They're
41.
liberal news. It's all liberal news. They're all tied together.
No, I know, but well, I have my opinion on why I say they didn't speak about it. But I was curious on what you think about it, as some a Latina from New York too.
Well, why they didn't talk about it? Because they don't want anybody to hear about it. They don't want anybody Latina to hear about it. You know,
Yeah, that's what
that's why.
my whole point behind it is. I always say it's like, um, for the most part, and this is the whole thing. I stress this in my videos. Latinos, we actually are more conservative than
Absolutely.
people than they realize.
No, but it's
Than the
Latinos and
average.
blacks. Latinos and blacks, because when I grew up in Broome Street, and we had a Baptist church there.
Mhm.
And I grew up in a Baptist church since I was young. And I loved that church. And they tore it down, you know, I think it was back in the 80s, they tore it down. And they started tearing down a lot of Baptist church. And I don't know why. But if you look up in the history of, who was the the president, or who was the Congress, or whatever, you would see why. But I grew up in Baptist. I loved Baptist church, and they were all taken away. Even the ones up in Harlem, where I used
Well,
to go up in
because
110th Street, they were all taken away. So,
people don't, it's like,
mhm,
people don't realize how much like, um leftism, as when I say that, I also I sometimes I'll go back and forth between leftism and Marxism, because it's
yes,
pretty much it's almost the same thing. It infects the church. It doesn't. People think that religious people are a monolith, and they just think in one way.
yeah, no. Well, let me
And
tell you something. I don't know. I believe in Jesus Christ,
uh,
and he was here before. Like whatever he said was before then and now. He's the same as before, and he's the same now. Never changed. So that's what I
well,
you know.
I think I talked about this the other day, where I'm like, um, I'm same thing. I'm a Christ follower, Christ believer,
Mhm.
however you want to, whatever words you want to use.
Right.
But at the same time, I acknowledge that, just because I believe it as a Christian, doesn't mean that I think that the government should enforce my beliefs on other people.
Right. Of
Like,
course.
like
Right.
I'm not,
I'm
I'm not.
respectful to everybody. I'm respectful to Muslims. I'm
Mhm,
respectful to Catholics. I'm respectful to each and every one.
mhm.
Everyone. I'm not biased against anyone, you know?
Yeah, like I said, I always point to abortion, because I go, um, in my personal life, I'm against it. But when it comes
Yes.
toward the for government wise, I go, you know, I'm not, 9 months like,
Mhm.
New York, up to birth, because
Oh
my
gosh,
son was
9 months.
my son was born at 24 weeks, and before my son was born, I was a 24-week person. I was like, okay, 6 months, you should, by 6 months you should be able to determine. But seeing my son in the NICU and fighting for life, I can't in good conscience uh support 6 months. I can't. I
Calito,
saw the miracle of life, and I can't.
Calito,
Uh,
I have a daughter who has
mhm,
autism. And let me tell you, I had a doctor who did a sonogram and said, you know what?
mhm.
Something is wrong with her brain. We'll be glad to give you an abortion. Can you imagine that? They told me that they would be glad to give me an
Oh,
abortion.
oh,
Hmm?
I no, I get how it is, because I had the doctor one of the doctors came to us in the NICU and said,
Mhm.
um, do you want us, do you want us to take extreme measures to keep him alive if he goes into cardiac arrest? Basically,
Wow.
pull the plug. It
Yeah,
was like, do we
exactly.
want to pull the plug? And it was just like, as long as he is fighting for life, we're not
Mhm.
gonna, we're not gonna, um, we're not gonna quit. And
My
thank
God.
God he was in the NICU for 3.5 months, and he never had any type of episode until the irony was he didn't have any type of episode till a week before we were about, actually, excuse me, we it was like the day or two before we were gonna bring him home,
Right.
that he choked on milk. And
Sorry about that.
that's okay. He choked on, well, fix your camera while I tell my story.
Right.
So I
Yeah. No.
fixed
No.
it.
No.
So he choked on milk, and then a week, and then they delayed his us bringing him home by a week.
Wow.
So, but so
Gosh.
I just use that as an example, just because the fact that um do I think abortion should, in an ideal world, abortion should be, people should have that choice. It's not
Of
the choice
course.
I would, it's not the
Mm,
choice I would make,
mm,
but hey, you know what? That's between you. They always say that's between you and the doctor, and I go, no, that's between you and God, because at the end of the day,
exactly.
whether you're Muslim, Jewish, Christian, you know what, you're gonna have to answer to him. And
Exactly.
uh, the atheists and whatnot, you guys could believe whatever you want to believe, but
Hmm.
for me, there's a God. Whether you believe in Jesus Christ, Muhammad,
Hmm.
Moses, whatever, there's a God there, and when we pass, you're gonna have to explain to him why you made that choice.
Right.
And it is what it is. So that's why I go, but that's how I feel. That's that's my belief. But I'm not
Hmm.
gonna put. I'm gonna, I'm not gonna push that on you.
Right.
Same way I go. Hey, you people who don't like guns. You know what? If you don't like it, go move somewhere where go somewhere. Either try to change your laws. If you can't change your laws, vote with your feet and go somewhere where they have the type of laws that you want.
Right.
Because you have, like, what happened in Colorado. Colorado has every gun law the Democrats want.
Hmm.
They have extensive background checks. They have an assault weapons ban. They have ammo ban. They have all the stuff that they want to do nationally, but it still happened in Colorado.
Of course, because you know why? Criminals are not buying the guns from a gun store. Absolutely not. They're not getting it from a gun store.
No, I mean, especially a felon. A felon's
They're
not going to get.
killing gun owners and then stealing their guns. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah,
it's like,
it's nonsense. It's like, um, yeah, but yeah. So
anyway.
hey, we're going into, this is me. So that now you can see what I go through when I'm doing my videos. This is what I do.
Absolutely.
I just go whatever is in my stream of consciousness. This is what I
It's
talk
okay.
about.
It's
So
okay. Yeah.
but yeah, no, I mean, um this is how we came together, is with this group. Like,
Hmm.
um we've become better friends since you created this group, because it's like, um it gave us some common ground other than our upbringing.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I mean, we grew
Absolutely.
up, it's crazy, we grew up, let's say,
Lit-
you're in Broome, so we grew up like 3 blocks away from each other.
3 blocks away from each other. Exactly. Right there.
Hmm.
Right there. Where that bakery store used to be.
East Broadway, and
Yeah.
I'm on East Broadway, you were in Broome.
And on Broom Street. Yes. Yeah. There you
Yep. So I mean, people who don't know anything about where we grew up
go.
are like, well, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah. So
You know,
the group basically, this group right here, fact checking the fact checkers, it's it's to expose the individuals, you know,
oh yeah, yeah.
and
I love how you put like their pictures from like MySpace, because some
I
of these
have to,
people
I have to,
still
I
have
have
MySpace.
I have to, because people need to know who they are and what they think, what their ideology and their, what they think about. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I have to post that up. What? Who am I to not post that up? They come into my private page. I mean, I
Oh
post
yeah.
up pages. I post up things, and my page is private. How do they get the right? Like, when did social media become so political that they have to hire people to come into our pages to censor us?
Yeah. No, it's
You get it?
what Facebook is doing. This is like when I talk to my lefty friends and I tell them,
Yeah.
they're like, oh well, they're a private company. They could do whatever you want, whatever they want. Listen,
First
that's the
is,
that's a one. That's the old Republican Party.
of
I'm gonna say
course.
that's
Oh
this.
yeah.
That's
There you
pre.
go.
That's pre-Trump. Okay,
Yeah.
and you're talking about just because I lean right doesn't mean that
Mhm.
I'm far right, because that's the whole thing. To these lefties, anyone to the right of them is far right. You know,
Mm.
anyone
Yeah,
to
of
the right
course.
of Stalin is right wing for them. But no, so that's just
I,
they just get on my nerves with that stuff. It's like
mm.
you can't you
You
can't
can't
post
post
a
anything
joke.
these days.
You can't
It
post
used
a
to be
joke.
enjoy. First of all, it used to be enjoyable. We have Facebook to connect with our family and friends. We want to post memes. We want to post things that we want. We want our friends and families to research and look at what they're reviewing. We don't want these fact checkers to come into our pages and just put a big X mark on it and make us, you know, unreliable, because what they say goes. And most of the time, what they say doesn't go, because it's half true, half untrue,
Oh,
misleading.
oh,
Like,
me, please.
really,
When it goes when these
I
fact
laugh at
checkers
that
go
when they say half true.
half truth, I go, no, no. That's because you guys couldn't lie about
Connected.
it.
They
You guys
couldn't
couldn't
connect the
lie about it.
dots.
So you had to
Yeah,
say is mostly true or
of
mostly
course.
false. When they say it's mostly false, there's truth in there that they can't deny. And like we were
Exactly.
talking about earlier, we said the whole thing is with the fact checkers is with the news. The whole thing about it is people on the right will read, left wing sources of news. All these fact checkers, there's no right leaning fact checkers. They're all left leaning.
Oh, they're all left leaning.
They're Washington
Washington
Post,
Post,
CNN.
Univision, CNN.
Where's the Fox News or the
None. None.
Daily Wire?
Mm.
For Ben Shapiro's. Where's the right leaning sources of fact checking?
Yeah, yeah. You know what they're doing? They're actually destroying lives of a lot of people. These fact checkers, these people who come from, you can tell where they come from. Like, I can research them. I can research where they come from, you know?
Oh, you're good.
And
You're good. I seen
uh,
you show
thank
me the
you.
stuff, and you're excellent.
Thank you. I appreciate that, And, a lot of journalists, what I don't like is that a lot of journalists, they've been fired due to these fact checkers. Okay.
You're gonna go for the gamma.
And, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, no. A lot of these journalists have been fired due to these fact checkers. Their livelihood taken away right in front of them, due to misleading, partially untrue, half true, you know. And so now when you even post memes about God, what about that? What about memes or liberty? Fact checkers, they put a big censorship across the page.
Oh,
So that
which
gives
is the one
them,
that annoys me more than the X's when they go. They have the explanation. Oh, this photo might contain insensitive materials, and
my goodness,
I clicked on it one time, and it was like two babies. And I'm like, what?
the two big, is it the two big, is it the two little kids that looked up to God and said,
Something
sometimes I
like that.
thank God?
Yeah, something like that. And it was like, who
It's a
the?
meme.
I
Do they
was like,
not know
who
what
put
memes
that
are?
up?
Like, it makes no sense. And then so how I want everyone to acknowledge who these fact checkers are. All you have to do is just open it up and research who is the individual that posted the article. Simple as that. Just do research.
Well, the good thing about that, doing the research about that, is you go on their page and you can see their bias.
Oh, absolutely. And you see, absolutely. That's what our group is about. It's posting it so that we can be aware of what they're doing to us. Because when we join this group, we join to become friends and to have our family members, which are far away, become closer to us. And now it's becoming political and it's becoming a lot dangerous. And now not only Facebook is doing it, but Twitter, YouTube, and now even Hotmail. All of my news articles that I've subscribed to has been in the junk mail. I took it out of the junk mail and it's back into the junk mail again. So I'm starting to see the bias in that.
No, yeah, it's, I mean, what's the sad thing, that's probably what's going on. I don't know if you watch a lot of Dan Bongino or even Ben Shapiro.
I love
even Ben Shapiro's been talking about it more lately, but about the whole parallel economy.
He's a Democrat. He was a Democrat. Wasn't Ben Shapiro a Democrat? Was he a Democrat?
No, he's a conservative.
Okay.
He's been a conservative since any of the people I follow are word Democrats. I'm trying to think. Not that I think of.
I just follow the Hodgwood twins, Candace Owens. I love Candace. Oh, she's great. Candace Owens, the Hodgwood twins. Let me tell you.
My next
Ben
video.
Shapiro, I love them. What's his name? Dan Dinesh?
This guy.
Dinesh
Souza. Dinesh Souza. He's he's good too. No, I just bought the shirt from the Hodge twins.
Oh, I love it.
I bought the one that's.
I gotta get the flag.
I got the one with the Dr. Seuss that says "Come and take it."
Oh,
it's hilarious. I think it's funny. I bought it because
cancel culture, huh?
Huh?
Cancel culture. That's what they're trying to do.
So I bought it because I thought it was hilarious. So my next stream, I'll put on the shirt. So my next video probably be on Monday. Because I try to. This is for I'm posting this on my channel, but we're gonna post this on our on the fact checkers. So for the people on the group,
so they can know who we are.
Yeah, so
what we represent.
The face to the creator, and one of the admins. I know you said you added another admin, so maybe once huh. Well, what I was
my heart.
If anything, he could reach out to me, and if he's curious, if he wants to do a video, so like that. You know what? Unlike others, unlike other pages and all that stuff, I think I think it's cool that if our members know who we are, so they could go see. We're just normal people that are just tired of the BS.
My goodness, it used to be, it used to be a fun group, and now it's just political. And they're just
used to be fun, but then
we're now we're paying the price of of stopping our voices, and it's censorship. Basically, it's just censorship.
It is. So, I mean, they don't fact check. I mean, I see these, I see memes and stuff on because I'm subscribed. I follow all the liberal leftist like Being Liberal.
Right.
I subscribe on Facebook to Being Liberal.
I want to see how they think.
I want to see what's going on, because Being Liberal's changed. They went from actual liberal page to now it's like, calling for communism, and it's like it's crazy. But I followed them. Call to activism. I see people put that stuff. Occupy Democrats.
Oh, forget. I know I could buy them.
Yeah. So I follow all these. I follow all these sites. But ask those people who believe what those sites are. Ask them if they follow. Even if they follow like the Babylon Bee. That's a joke site. See if they follow them. No, most of these people don't. And that's the problem. It's like we we're divided, but you have one side that totally does not understand the other side.
Well,
Like it's gross. I mean, um I've been kind of beefing with a guy, with a friend from church
mm,
that and I see the stuff that I see the stuff that he comments on, and I'm like,
mm,
bro, man, you've been radicalized. I mean, I met him when
well,
I first moved back up here to Pennsylvania, and I started going to this church. He was one of the first people I met,
mhm,
and here we are in just a year and a half.
one
He
year and a half it took, huh?
Just a year and a half,
That's how
and
long it
how
takes for say Facebook, or the censorship.
well, it's not only
They want
it's
us to believe their way.
yeah, they don't fact check those
No, of course
extremists.
not.
They
Absolutely
don't
not.
fact check
Absolutely
their
not.
memes. So this is the whole thing. People are going into the bubbles, and it's not good for people on the right either, because if you're not seeing your stuff, then you're going to go into the bubble of other people. You're
Of
gonna go
course.
into the bubble of the right, and it's not good for either side to be in their bubbles. You gotta, that's
It's,
why I don't unfriend nobody. I've unfriended one person because of and
I had to unfriend one person.
it
Yeah.
wasn't because of politics.
Couple.
It was because she was an atheist, a militant atheist, and anytime I posted like a religious thing, he'd attack
Hmm. Yeah.
it. And I wouldn't. I wouldn't
Sounds like
care.
sounds like a Facebook fact checker. That's what that's
I
that
know, right?
he should work for that. That's exactly
Oh,
what he should work for.
it,
That's he would
oh
be
yeah.
hired completely.
Oh, he'd fit in, that's for sure.
Of
uh, you
course.
know, but well, we're gonna end this somewhere, because if not, we're gonna be here talking like
Right?
for
Exactly. Oh,
this will
I have
probably
so
be
many things to
my
say,
longest
but
this will be my longest video for since maybe that the last time we spoke on here.
gosh, I don't like the last time. But anyways, so anyway, but no, I actually welcome the fact checkers, to look at themselves in the mirror, and I want them to see how many people they have harmed. And so that's why us, me, Elizabeth,
Mhm.
you, the right Rican, Robert Johnson, Edward Cole, we're here to remind them. And so we're here to remind them to look at themselves in the mirror, and to wake people up and let them know who they are, who they work for, and
Mhm. And
we're
least
coming
and
after them,
and least of all, it's like, you know what?
coming after them.
You're fact checking. Guess what? And we're exposing you guys for.
Ex- exactly. For entering our private pages
Yep.
and censoring and not giving our family and friends the right to decide on their own whether it was true or untrue. Why do we have to believe them?
Yep.
Misleading, mostly true, half true. Well, it doesn't
I
work that
love,
way. It
yeah, I love
doesn't work that way.
I love that stuff, because I'll still show it to people like, hey, look at this nonsense fact check.
All
But
they have to do is, before we end it, all I have to do is, everybody has to do is open up the page and look at the person who posted the article and research that person.
yep,
You'll find out who they are, who they work for, what side they're on. I mean, I've been doing it, so everything is public, so
yep,
that's how it is.
yep.
So,
Except if you find the phone number or the address.
oh, no, 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 I won't do
or
it because
or
I don't want anybody going to their house. I can find their email, I can find their phone number, I can find their address. I am a very good researcher. I
oh,
can
I
find
know.
anything,
Oh, I
but
know.
that's why I concurred with you and I asked you and I spoke to you and you were like, no, no, no,
No, no, no,
no, no, no.
no,
Don't
no.
do it. So
Don't
I
do it.
won't do it. I absolutely won't do it because I don't want anybody to be attacked.
No, I
That's
mean,
not what this page represents. But you come into my page, you want to censor me, I come into my page and I expose you. Simple.
yeah,
Censor and exposure.
yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
No,
all it is.
put
Mm.
put them on blast for their
And when they come back to our page, they're gonna see their picture and everything. They're gonna say, "Oh, Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's why I said my favorite was the
Ooh,
one where you posted
look at
pictures from
the
someone's MySpace.
wow. Oh
That
my
was
goodness.
that was
Yeah.
hilarious because I'm just there
Yeah.
like they might have
Yeah.
forgot they had it because I know I have it, but I
Of
don't
course
want
they
to log in.
yeah, of course they forgot they had it. I could find them information of these people, and they don't know that everything on the internet is public, whether it is from now, years from now, and Google will not hide any fact checker. You can be a fact checker and you're not gonna be hidden. So
They could try, but once it's once it's
nah,
online,
once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. That's
yep,
it, simple.
very hard. All right, well, I think that's a good spot to leave it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So, well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed.
The
I
right
will put,
weekend.
yep, I'm the
Sure.
right Rican, and I'm on YouTube and Rumble. Also, my social media is on Facebook, Twitter, Parlor, Gab. I'm giving up on Clout Hub. I don't know if you've ever used Clout Hub.
Never used it.
You
Convertible.
give up on it because it's freezing on me. It's so I'm like I'm done with Clout Hub. I'm not even gonna. I still have the account, but I'm not gonna log on to it anymore because
You
every
know,
for the past like couple of weeks I've been trying to post on it. It's like
let me tell
it's
you
giving
something.
me issues.
YouTube, uh, here.
I
Okay,
know,
that's YouTube.
I know.
Rumble, here.
No, I agree.
So
I just
follow you on Rumble. It's
yep.
perfect. YouTube,
Yeah.
never know when you're gonna get censored, but I would
Well, that's why I
suggest
put it.
everyone that has their videos on YouTube
Mhm.
to go
You
to
should post
Rumble.
both. I don't want to
Exactly.
give up. I don't want to give up on YouTube because that's where the fight is. I don't want to
Mm,
be in the bubble of
right.
I don't want to be in that bubble. I want to my hope would be one day someone watches my video and goes, "Oh, you make sense. You
Mm,
don't, you're not trying to over talk to me. You're not trying to make me feel dumb for, thinking something
wow.
different.
Right.
I try to, that's why I try to, I keep it plain. I'm a plain talker. I'm not, you know, I, yes, I have a college degree, but I'm just a Puerto Rican from the Lower East Side. That's it.
I'm a Boricua. I'm a Boricua from the Lower East Side, and I am into criminal justice. And I find that these fact checkers injustice. So I'm here to
No,
just give them justice. That's
love
it.
it. So,
Simple.
oh,
Mhm.
everyone, have a good night, and
Mhm.
hope you guys enjoyed this video. And just follow me on whichever platform you enjoy. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.